We have invested over $10,000 in our recording studio that we're planning on renting out to clients. In this video, we're going to show you our Studio A. And this is currently the only studio that we have set up, but there is a lot of cool equipment that went into it. So please stay tuned and
make sure you watch to the very end. We're going to go down, we break down some of the costs in this right here. We talk about some of the decision making, and then also too, you'll get a quick sneak peek before we do the full studio tour, that you can see kind of the room a little bit and kind of go from there. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm Xavier.
I'm Tina.
And I don't know, I've been kind of loving this little thing that I've picked up.
I've seen that on Instagram, Reels, and TikTok, and I always thought about it. I never thought you actually had one.
Yeah. Well,
it's like Xavier would love this because I know you like techie stuff.
Yeah. Well, I got this as soon as it came out. I just never. And then when it came in late, I put it in the package and I put it in in my closet because I thought I already opened it. And then I found it again. Then I brought it out yesterday when I was like, oh, well, I need to get back to it because I wanted to make sure I start posting stuff and everything like that. So I was like, okay, that's cool. And now basically I'm playing around with it, and who knows, maybe this might be how we do our stuff. So it's nice, you don't have to bring a big camera out. You can kind of do a lot of things with this, and you can kind of be inconspicuous. And also too, I think people will feel better carrying, talking about this right here. Now, are the shots going to be exactly like the other ones? Probably not, but it'll still be good enough because this is 4K 30 and you can do 4K 60 frames on here.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. You want to try it out, Tina?
Yeah. This is cool. So I've never used this before.
Yeah, and if you push the button on the left, on your right, it'll flip it towards you.
Like double tap?
No, the button on the screen.
Oh, the button on the screen. Oh, I see it.
And so it'll flip back to you.
Oh, that's so cool.
So then you can go back and forth.
And it's pretty wide even though the camera's close.
Yeah, and then technically there's a wider angle part on here that I didn't put on there that I'll need to do.
Oh, that's awesome.
It looks like the gimbal is really smooth on that.
Yeah, it's pretty smooth, yeah. You can.
This is how the setup looks like. Now, I do want to explain the reason why we have it like this and not like how we usually have it whenever we film our podcast. So usually we have 4 cameras up on tripods, and we handle all of them individually as we should. And we also have some mics connected to an audio mixer. However, we got this entire setup just so that we could make things more simple for whoever's going to be using the equipment. So basically, if you kind of saw the rundown I gave, everything is basically done on the audio mixer or that monitor that we have right there. And so basically it automatically records everything and puts it into a SSD so that once clients are done, they could just unplug it, put it into a computer, and then export whatever they need. And so yeah, it's really foolproof, I would say. I'd like to say it's foolproof. You don't know until you have a situation happen to make you fix it once more, but everything looks nice right now. And even the lights up there, so it's out of the way, so it's not taking up too much space. Because usually, if we were to actually set everything up, you would have no space to walk anywhere, and you would really have to try your best to go over or under wires. So this is good, so it doesn't damage any equipment, and everyone could easily use everything.
So, what do you think, Tina? Because I was thinking about, I've been, I was telling Eddie, we got to keep the floor space. Yeah. I want to see what Tina thinks when she come in. I tried hard. The cable stuff was hard because I try to keep it organized as I can, but we don't really have nothing to cover it.
Yeah.
But I try to keep at least the desk clean.
Yeah.
For us, just so it's not too much there. And then there's a plastic cover coming from the video. They're called the same thing, but one is called Pro and one's called Video.
Yeah,
so,
I know. I saw it.
Yeah, but that machine is $1,400 that does the recording.
Oh, the monitor one?
Yeah,
that's
crazy. And then it does a lot more than probably what we're gonna use it for. But I think this would be a good way for us to kind of start out and kind of get everything going.
Wasn't the audio mixer also around the same price range?
I think the audio mixer was $700, $800, $900 maybe. Okay. Yeah, it was something like that. It was bad, but it wasn't too bad. But it makes me think that when we replace it when we add it to that one over there, that we would have to technically buy both of those things again. And which that right there would be another, basically before you even start off, it's $2,000. Yeah. But the TV monitors were cheap. They were only $60 each. The arms were $30, so basically $200 for the arms, and then we just had to buy every single camera.
But the setup that we were planning for Studio 2, it was a lot less ambitious than this one. Not that, it's bad, But like, we're not planning on having this big setup like this, right? It's just like that one desk. Like, so I'm sure we could take up more space and not have to worry about that.
Yeah, it's just, yeah. I think just the feeling, 'cause you can walk around, no cables are right in the middle of everything. And like, you know how we usually have to walk through stuff and you have to worry about something falling?
Yes, and then your feet get stuck.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand it well.
Yeah, because I see Tina just go and do the tiptoe through everything.
Yeah.
And now we don't technically have to do that. The only thing I think we were left to add is just we put a lantern on this one.
Yeah.
I need to actually bring the iPad here so we can control it, and then we need to put something on this one. I don't like what we had before.
Yeah.
But we'll put something.
Diffusers?
Yeah, just a softbox. So the lantern one would just be one that just brightens the whole room up.
Yeah.
Right now this thing is at 20%, but the actual this one thing's like 69. I don't know why it's at 69. I didn't choose that. Now I think about that.
Huh?
You know, but that's just where it came to, and
So you mean the lights are controlled through the iPad?
yeah, the lights can be controlled through the iPad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they're bi-color, so you can technically do anything in the Kelvin spectrum.
Yeah.
So you can technically, we want to do more of a warmer tone, like we're kind of doing now, or we want to kind of do more of a bluer tone or yellow. We can kind of do that too as well. Yeah, so we can kind of play around with it a little bit more.
That's nice. So you asked me what I thought about the setup. I had my doubts because I couldn't understand what you were trying to explain, but now that I see it, like, I get the vision.
Yeah.
Like, this is much better. And honestly, I don't mind the wires at all because our usual setup is even worse with wires. So I think this is probably as neat as we'll be able to get the wires. I mean, everything is separated by the cable organizers and stuff, so.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm happy. Only thing is these people, they do a party this weekend.
Yeah.
And I was when I was putting the cables in on the side.
It would be good to test out also if you can hear them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was actually wondering if my mic could hear that.
Yeah, let me get closer to you. But it's a start. I think it kind of gets stuff going and kind of so we can kind of figure most of it out. And then the only thing we would have to kind of do is just like, technically we might add another camera over here just if there's a person here.
Or I was wondering for here, maybe rather than mounting a camera, what if we just give them the option of just using a camera and tripod? Because people might take photos, especially that guy that
Yeah.
is in the same building.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about for photos. I'm talking about only for.
For that one, the reels that you were telling me about.
Yeah. For only for that, not for the what you call it.
Okay.
And we'll probably just mount the mount. We probably won't mount all cameras on there, because I want to pull all the cameras out today, and I want to go through like what lenses, what stuff we don't have that's not out here, because it just this one setup is expensive. Just with those two devices, the monitors. We're already at like 22 without tags.
Yeah.
And then you add taxes another 160, so you're basically 240, and it's only those basically those four pieces.
Yeah.
And then we go into each one of these mics, and we have 6 of them in here, are $100 plus tax.
Yeah.
So now we have like 3,000 and some change on that. And then that A7 III was I think like $1,400. So these EVs right now I think are like $750. We have a $120 lens on this one right here. That middle lens is only like $400. That 30 over there is about $400. That one's on. So it starts to add up. Each one of the headphone sets are basically $120 that we have. The arms for these cameras, for those two cameras are $100. The arms for those things are less, like $50, so that's not too bad. We have a lot of stuff in here.
Okay, so now I do have a question because now I'm looking at everything. Literally most of our camera equipment that we had used in the past is here. Now, the argument that you made for renting out AV equipment was that we already have most of the equipment anyways.
Yeah.
Well, now all the equipment is gone.
Well, we still have a couple cameras. We have the EVs. We have the EVs right here.
Yeah.
I have one of these at my house too.
We still have the A6700 that we were
outside.
using.
You have A67 outside, and then we have
The Blackmagic.
and then we have the 6400,
Yeah.
which still rents pretty well. And then especially when you're doing like just behind the camera work.
Yeah.
We have our gray one, in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Silver Surfer. Well, it'll be like a very cheap rate camera, but if you need something, we got
Yeah.
you. And then we have the Blackmagic. And then I'm not saying, and then like we need to figure out what lenses we have. I think that needs to be figured out. And so like what's all the lenses we have, and see how many, what we have together, all together, so we can kind of figure that out.
Yeah.
I think then we have at least 2 or 3 lenses for the Blackmagic. We have the 50, and we have the because it's a EF lens, so it's a what is that, Canon? So we have EF, then we have that really nice $800 and something one.
Yeah.
The Sigma one, that one is really nice.
I will say, I think you're using most of the camera lenses that are wide. So basically, the rest of our camera lenses are going to be tight.
Right.
We do have one more. I don't know if you're using it for this setup.
He has it out there.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I have the 16 and I have the 24. I mean the 16 and the 30.
Okay.
So that's what I have. I actually think this one right here could have been a 50. Really nice 50. The only reason I chose I guess that one I had no choice because that was the widest one, only one that would fit. But that one, the only reason I chose that one because I wanted this to get down to like 1.8, 2, like not 1.2 but 1.4, 1.8, stuff like that. This one I actually like that it zooms, but I actually don't like this because it's stuck at a 4, and you don't really get that nice creamy bokeh. So.
Also, an issue with some of these ones that are able to zoom in and out is that once you turn off the camera, you turn it back on. Like you have to re-zoom it every single time.
Yeah, so I don't personally like that one. I would have almost like to switch these out for like put a 50 on this one, and then which would make it a 75. And then I would actually like to put through that one and remove this one off of there. Since the room's gonna stay pretty much the same on there. Only thing different, we might fold that camera in so they can use this, and scoot it back a little bit. But like nothing else is gonna really change too much. Now these lights and stuff. When me and Eddie, first of all, Eddie was putting these up, and he almost died because you have to hold this thing in the air and drill at the same time. And we don't have one mount, one step stool, so I can't hold it and he drill.
Yeah.
So he has to hold it and
You have to
drill.
do both. Honestly, these are a lot more sturdy than I thought.
These are way too sturdy.
Like what you showed me on Amazon, I was very curious.
These are the ones from Amazon. These are that ones from Amazon. So actually, Jalen, bring me that mount that's in there.
Like the Amazon photos, those look a lot thinner. Like I thought this was going to be like super thin rods coming out. I literally told Jeffrey, I was like, I don't know if that's going to be able to support our light. But now that I look at it, like this is
Those things are heavy though too.
Yeah, those look heavy.
Yeah, we put those. He put those exactly in the stud. Exactly. Yes. Let me see it. Yeah, and come take a seat. So yeah. So this is what it is. It's in the camera. So this thing is actually like when we actually open it, and Eddie was like, at first he was saying the same thing. I don't know if it's gonna work, but when we actually open it, this is heavier than the light, and then this extends out like far, which I did not know. This thing will go. You can like put this way out here, and we don't have anything this far. I literally these are the shortest and stuff like that. But and you tighten these up, and it's really good. It's a really good like screw right here that it tightens in, and then you can kind of go up and down, and then it swivels from.
Oh, so it could go
any way that you want it to.
Right.
Yeah, it's very It's I didn't know it was gonna be this good either. Just to say that at all. It worked out way better than I thought. And then this right here, because I guess it's this support joint that makes it sturdier. I thought at first, even though I saw this, but for some reason I thought it was gonna just be the line. But this support joint makes it so it doesn't fall down, and this carries the weight down to there. This is strong. I mean, you've seen it.
Yeah.
It's heavy. It's heavier than that.
It's a lot stronger than I had expected when you had showed me the photo at first.
Yeah.
This is heavy.
Yeah, and then these are mounted into the metal studs, which they're like is in there. So that's pretty good.
You know, the battery life on this is pretty strong. It's still on full batteries right now, but like I could feel it heating.
Okay, let me show you something. So yeah, on this right here, let me put me back on there. So on this camera, so this is the actual camera.
Oh, it is?
Yes, and this it's a battery in there too, and this camera. This is the extended battery. This whole thing is just an extra battery.
Yeah.
So I have this as an extra battery, just so and it makes it easier to hold too.
Yeah.
But it makes it so you can
Yeah, because it was hot this whole time and the battery did not go down. That surprised
Yeah,
me.
because you can literally, because I think the main part for you can hold it here and does the processing here. But who knows? Maybe we might get another one of these. If they come out another one tomorrow, I'll give you this one because I'll buy a new one.
That's funny.
Yeah, but I like it a lot, and it does a lot of cool stuff on here. Like you can do obviously you can tilt yourself anywhere. You can put yourself in frame, and you can make it always keep you in a certain area in the frame. Who knows?
So that you said if they come out with a new one, you plan on giving this to us. Like, are you planning on renting this out if you do give it to the studio? Or are you planning for this to just be specifically for vlogs?
Well, if someone would rent it, I would rent it to them. You know how I feel about that. They can rent it on there, but I don't want to be renting my thing right now. But who knows? My thing is though, this is not my first day actually using it. It's been in that thing for a while, then I pulled it out. But this is like, you know, we'll see on this one. I like it so far.
Please like, comment, share, and subscribe so that we could bring you more videos just like this. And if you like this video, please check out this playlist up here for all videos related to our rental studio.
Subscribe!